Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and today I'm working on one of these things that Rachel did with the little tags in here, and I don't know where she got the idea, but I got it from Rachel at Roxy Creations, so I'm just recreating what she did based on what she found somewhere else. She had the two pieces that were hooked together, like, I can't remember how it goes like this. I just cut it in half before I stitched it, so that I have pockets to go in our altered book that we're working on, because she did the one where it was like this, so you could sew it into a signature, but we don't have signatures because we're doing the altered book, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to just cut it in half. So in case you did not see her video or don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to show you how to make these. So you need two book pages that are the same size, and you're just going to take and fold like you're folding a paper airplane. Bring the two edges together to make the point right here. And I ripped it a little bit. It doesn't matter because it will get glued and everything. So, and then this one like this. And hello to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really do appreciate it. And hello to all my loyal followers. I really appreciate all of you, definitely, because I couldn't do this if it wasn't for you guys. Alright, so I'm going to put some glue on those flaps just so they stay down. I'm actually going to come over here on my pile of book pages. Hope everybody had a good weekend and a nice Father's Day. It's very nice here. Great weather. Sat outside almost all weekend. I mean, you know, I obviously had to do some stuff in the house, but it was a very nice weekend. It was relaxing because we just basically stayed here. We didn't go anywhere. I made a big breakfast for us yesterday for Father's Day, which I mentioned in my video yesterday, if you watched it. So yeah, it was very nice. Alright, so then what you're going to do is, I just kind of placed it on here, and if you want to, you can clip it with a clip, but I just set mine on there. I'll clip it just so you can see what I'm saying. And then I'm going to take my cutter, if I can find it, and cut this in half. Sticky mess here. I'm not even sure how long these particular pages are. And it's all going to depend on your book, so I'm not going to give you measurements or anything. You're just cutting the page in half. So it's about, mine is like 9 1/4. So just going to roughly say there. And since these would probably go in two different books or even different pages, it's not like they have to be identical or perfect or anything, because nobody, you know, would know if it's a little bit smaller than the other one. So that's what I did. Rachel left hers together, hooked together, and then folded it in half, kind of like a little book, you know. Or you could do it that way. You can fold it either way that you want to. I think she put the pockets on the outside, so it's just personal preference. And then I stitched all around the outside and one stitch right down the middle. So you can see, hopefully right there, there's a stitch right down the middle, and then it's stitched all the way around the outside. And I know it's hard with book page. And then I just cut some little tags that'll fit in there out of book page as well. And I did that by just folding a book page in half. So these are 2-ply, or 2 layers of book page. And I'm going to decorate them and stuff. So anyway, that's how you do that. And I got one inked up and ready to go. So I'm going to move that out of the way. I don't need that one right now. And let's see, that's something else. So here's my stuff, and I finally found some of these things. You know, the View Master or whatever they were called, and I opened one up because they just split in half like that, and I took out all the little film in there, but you could leave it. I mean, it's just totally up to you what you want. This was the plain side, so I covered it with, I just decoupaged on some tissue paper that I had. Actually, I just glued it on a glue stick. I put glue stick all over and put it on. But you can leave them natural, because like this one I think I probably wouldn't cover because it has the writing on it. This one was just plain, so I thought I would go ahead and cover it. So I might use one of those on there. So let's get started with this. I think I'm going to put this piece here. I did have another idea though. What was it? Oh, I don't know what I was thinking, so I'm just going to put that one there. This is already too sticky because it had old glue and now new glue on it, so I'm just going to do that, fold it in half, and then I can use it as tags or whatever. And I usually glue on my glass plate, but I have been gluing on these while I'm doing this journal because I'm using these pages in the journal, or altered book. So that's why. And this page, or this pocket, is going to go up and down this way, but you could put it on a page this way too. So I want my stuff to be oriented this way, if that makes any sense. Let's see. I kind of want thinner pieces to go inside of those, but I think I'm going to use a piece of this down here. And this is straw paper from Italy. I get this from Rachel at Roxy Creations. She has an Etsy shop and she sells this. And I've looked other places, you can't find it anywhere but there, because they use it there for like put in a basket with some fried fish or whatever kind of thing. I mean, they do other stuff with it too, but that's kind of, I think, how it started anyway. That's my understanding. So you can't really find it anywhere. I mean, you can find other kinds of paper, like handmade papers and stuff that are yellow, but they're not really this golden color. And I really liked this golden color, so I did get some. And I'm just basically kind of covering up spots that I don't really want to see. You know, I don't want them to be like that. I need a thinner piece of something, like some music or something. Oh, there's music paper right there though, so I guess I don't want music paper. How about just use a piece of this somewhere. Come down like about here, I think. And these tear rulers I get on Amazon, and I'm not an affiliate or anything, so I think what I'm going to do is just kind of tear that like that. I just want a piece of it to go like this. There's little glue strings. This glue stick. I really love this Scotch glue, by the way. It's the Scotch Create. It's permanent and it seems to work very well. Very happy with that one. Finally I found one that I like. I know lots of people like different ones. I just haven't had luck, I guess, with some of the other ones. I think I want that there, and then I want something in the middle, like a bird or a flower or something. What did I do with all my... And you know what else would be cool is a butterfly. So I did have a question about where I get my images, and it's Biodiversity Heritage Library. I also find stuff at the Victoria and Albert Museum. I mean, there's a lot of the museum, Smithsonian, those kind of places where you can find images that are older images that aren't under copyright anymore. And so that's why I use them, because I do sell my stuff, and like I make digital papers and all that kind of thing. If you are just making stuff for you, you can just, there's lots of places on Etsy, and I know, like I said last time, Rachel did a video and she had found a lady that had like flowers and stuff already ready in the right size and all that, because that's the other thing. A lot of times you find these images and you have to change the size because they're either too big or too small, or, you know, and sometimes when you make them bigger, they don't look right. So, I mean, it is a process. So if you don't feel like dealing with all that, then I would just go to like Etsy and try to find images, because lots of people have really cool digital kits out there. So, all right. Yeah, I was very excited when I found these because I had been looking everywhere. And for this, it is a little heavier, so I think I'm going to go ahead and use wet glue because I just don't want it to, you know, fall off. Glue's a mess. So, yeah, there's, you just have to make sure you're checking dates on copyrights, because even on Biodiversity Heritage Library, there are books there that are, you know, still under copyright. So you just really have to be diligent about checking your dates and that kind of thing. But like I said, if you're doing it just for you, then it's not as big of a issue. But yeah, I've been looking for these viewfinder things, and I was so happy when I found a bag of them. I don't know what I'll do with that many of them, but you know. I finally found some. And what I'm trying to do is place this so that I kind of want that in the image, or, you know, in the little thing. Was my goal there. And then we're just going to wipe some of this away. I should really get I'm just grabbing a wet wipe. Sorry, I left them all the way across the room, so I'm just going to come in here and dab a little bit because that glue did come through the little holes, of course, that it would, you know. Alright. And I just use a wet, or a, you know, flushable wipe kind of thing, or whatever, baby wipes, whatever you want. I just use it and put it back in because it's not like I'm using it for what it's intended for anyway. Alright, I want a little something in here. I was going to use this for something else, but it does need to go this way, so I'm just going to tear. And I am going to ink this because it's so white, because I printed it on white. Again, if you haven't seen this, these blush brushes, and I got this one at the dollar store, work great for that kind of thing. I'm going to get a little crinkly on it. And I tore it a little bit, but it's fine. Alright, so put some glue stick on that. Thought it had the lid on it. If I was good about taking care of my supplies, it probably would have had the lid on it, but now this is the tricky part. See, if you're smart, you might want to do this part before you stitch it. But I wasn't smart, so it's totally stuck to my fingers now. Trying to get it so you can still see the stitching up there. Just make sure you have it all stuck down so that hopefully it doesn't close my pocket up. I want some of this green. I like this color. This was that old hanky I found. I just kind of want a piece of it but stuck in here. The little spongy one works the best for the edges still, I have found, but that blush brush is great when you want to kind of do all over, or in little intricate places like on those flowers and things like that. And if you're really new to me, this paper that I'm using, this green, and that is my digital kit, and it's called Dioro, and it's on Etsy, and I'll put a link below. just for those of you that are new. Everybody else is probably tired of listening to the broken record on that, but unfortunately it's kind of one of the only ways to tell people what you got going on. Put that little bee there, he's cute. These are really fun. I like this. And you just need one book page if you're going to, well, you need two because there's one on top and one. But I mean, you only need one layer if you're going to decorate it or collage it or, you know, whatever. If you're going to use the book page as the decoration, then I would definitely do 2 layers, just because if you have tags or whatever going in and out, it could get messed up by the, you know, the pressure in and out. The top one not as much because it does have those flaps that you fold over, but this back is pretty flimsy. Sorry, I'm having a hard time getting hold of this because my fingers are sticky. Yeah, I would definitely decorate these first. That wasn't very smart of me. Make sure this one's still open. I'm just going to use a little piece of this old ledger right in that corner there. And you don't have to cut it. You could totally leave that uncovered and it would be fine. I remember doing those viewfinder things when I was a kid. I just thought they were the coolest thing ever. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat this morning, and I can't talk. Let me grab some. I've been working on this journal, so I just have probably the world's largest mess right now. Get some of that. That I found on Biodiversity Heritage. Just trying to find some of the old pages and stuff that I had. What did I do with those? Okay. Some stuff in here, let's see. Am I bent? Good job. I don't know. I'm going to use some of this. Some old book page. Or composition notebook. I know I have another one of those. You know, you can never find what you're looking for when you're taping, but then when you're not taping, everything's just right available at your fingertips, it feels like. Those are kind of cool. They're pretty big though. Sorry. It's annoying. And this is a piece of inside of an envelope. Save crazy stuff, right? Advertisements, old advertisements are another really cool thing to use. As long as you find them that are copyright free, again. These little tags aren't very big, so it won't take much to cover them, and I'll snip that off. I need to fold this piece of paper because it's all sticky. This is a great way to use up your book pages, though. If you're altering books and you tear out a bunch of pages, just leave them there and glue on them, and then you can use them as tags and whatever else, because that's what I did with this one. And you're going to probably hear lots of lawn mowing today because it's the day that our, what do you call it, homeowners, the people come to do like our common spaces and things like that, so it just gets loud around here. Well, pretty much all summer around here it's loud anymore, it seems. Didn't used to be. We lived here for about 8 years when the recession was going and nobody was building anything, and that was kind of great, to be honest with you, because it was pretty much us and like, you know, maybe 6 other houses or so right in our vicinity, and it was nice because it was nice and quiet most of the time. This can be a journaling, this side can be for journaling. I just want to find a little something to put up there. And this works great for, oh, I didn't realize there was that white line until after I ripped that. Well, that's kind of silly. I'll use that for something else. I should take this piece and try it again. Yeah, so nobody was building here, and then the last, I don't know, 2 years or so, it's just been non-stop. We pretty much have the whole subdivisions full and crazy. So it's pretty much lawnmowers and blowers and everything all the time at this time of the year. Even last night at like 9 o'clock, somebody was mowing their lawn. My husband's like, what on earth? Of course, he gets up at the crack of dawn to go to work, so. Which he's probably going to be cutting back for his health, and so I'm probably going to have to go back to work full time. So I don't know how much I'll be able to do all this stuff. I mean, I'm still going to try, but I probably won't have videos as often, and I don't know when that's going to come or when that's going to happen exactly. It just depends on when he's able to do it. So that's kind of a bummer for me, but I mean, I understand, because he, you know, it's just not healthy how much he works. The hours are insanity. So I get where he's coming from. Because if I go to work full time, I just, you know, with all the stuff for the kids and everything, I just don't have time to do this kind of stuff as much. Sometimes. Just not all the time. I'm making this the back of this one. Yeah, I've been worried about him for a while because he's always on call, basically 24/7, and it's just really taking a toll. And he's been doing it for about 12 years of that, and that's just insanity. So I'd rather have a happy, healthy him. But I don't know, it could be a bit before that goes on, so we'll have to obviously, one, figure out what else to do, two, find somebody to take his place. You know, there's a lot that goes into that, so. And it doesn't matter if the writing's upside down. I know you can see it a little bit, but it's fine. Isn't that weird? There's that side for writing. Make sure I get it straight up. It does matter because of the little flower there. And then we can decorate this side. I might go ahead and use the cherries again. Let's see, we can take off some of this. We don't need all that. We don't need all this edge. And then I'll just trim off whatever's extra there. Try to pull it down a little bit more. Yes, I apologize for the noise, but we've got to keep our windows open in the morning because that, you know, it's cooler before it gets hot, so that the house will cool off a little bit. And then I close them all in the afternoon. I want this to go up just a little bit, over a little bit. See, why do I have messed up scissors? I don't know. Weird, right? And I'll probably do some stitching around these tags too. And I don't mind if there's a few little edges because I think it looks kind of cool when it's like that. Sorry, everything's just stuck to me. What else do I need on there? I'm trying to think. Did I put anything else up here? Oh, this might work. I'm going to cover up those cherries though, and that goes all the way up there. Maybe some the piece isn't big enough, is it? Kind of running out of scraps because I keep using them up. Glue. Yikes. I probably should put this under. I didn't think about it. Silly me. Just got excited and wanted to glue those cherries down. Okay, that will work. Alright, there's that, and then I'm thinking I need like a little dictionary word. Find my dictionary. I don't know. Let me just see. I also found this really cool. It's called Scrapbook, but it's just got all kinds of cool quotes from lots of famous people. never leave that, never leave that till tomorrow, which can be done today. That's Benjamin Franklin. It's a good one. And I know it's kind of sad to cut stuff out of there, but I probably should have torn that edge or left enough to be able to tear. I tore it a little. And it doesn't fit entirely. It's okay, I'll trim it a little, it'll be fine. And we can also do the little squish trick. Sometimes it's tricky to do. It's going to kind of mess it up. You're not totally going to be able to read it perfectly, but I think everybody's probably heard that quote, so it's not like something completely new or novel. Alright, and then once I do some stitching around there, I think that'll be good. I need to ink it a little. Alrighty, so there's that. Oops. Yeah, so I'll ink around those, and I'll probably put a little tab at the top. And when I did ink. Alright, so I'll go do that, and I'll be back. Okay, hi, I'm back. So I thought it would be fun to stitch multiple little things on there so that when they... Sorry, my cat is playing with this. You know those roasting pans that have the plastic lid? Well, I use those plastic lids to do my coffee dyeing. And so he found one and is climbing in it and walking in it and everything. But we're almost done here, so hopefully you won't have to listen to it too long. Anyway, thought those would be fun because then we can put it on an edge and they will stick out to the side. So let's see. Where am I? Where there's blank. I know I had some plain ones. Where did they go? Well, it wasn't that far forward. This I still need to put on here. And that needs to go up there. Could it go here? That's going to take up all that writing space. I thought I had a spot. Well, I guess I'll have to make a spot. But anyway, the idea is this. If you put it all the way at the edge like this, then these will hang off the side and you can take the tags in and out easily. And you could leave this as a tuck spot. It wouldn't really work this way, so probably at the top is where I would put another little spot to put a tag. And I need some more stuff for the back, so I'll probably just save it for back here somewhere. So anyway, that's what we have today. I will talk to you guys later. If you like my channel, please like and subscribe, and we'll chat later. Bye-bye now.